So after a very interesting, fun, I wouldn't say eccentric, but just it was very unique. After my debut reaction to the Kinks, it was so much fun, so informative. By far, just one of the more interesting reactions that I've had in recent history. Y'all know we had to come back and do it again, and they had a lot more hits. So y'all told me the next one was "You Really Got Me" from 1964. So yeah, that's what we're gonna jump into. Of course, we'll do the song research afterwards. We got the lyric video up because I didn't see any music video. Not surprised, 1964. But yeah, let's get into it. You Really Got Me, the Kinks. And yeah, we'll do the song research afterwards. But let's get into this.
You really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night.
So I really want to know what he's referencing to in regards to, like, "You Really Got Me." I'm gonna assume it's just her as a whole. Like her as a whole, like, you got me, I'm sprung, I'm so into you, I'm so in love, whatever the case may be. That's what I mean. Like, I want to know exactly what got him, but whatever it is, it got him. He can't sleep at night. He can't do nothing because all he do is think about her. Love that. Pretty simple, pretty fun. You could tell this was like the teenage. This was a big hit for the teenagers of the 60s, right? Like, this was like for the kids and teenagers. Just that vibe, that bop. It was for them. I love the riff. It sounds like it's so crazy because it kind of reminds me of a riff or something I heard from Green Day, and obviously the Kinks are way before Green Day. So I don't know if that sound of guitar is just I don't know, but it really reminds me of something I heard from Green Day. At least that riff, that guitar riff. And I love the tambourine that you could hear kind of ching, ching. Like, you just hear a tambourine throughout the whole song. I love that as well. But pretty fun record, pretty simple in lyrics. Nothing really stands out instrumentation wise, even though I'm enjoying it. But nothing really standing out. But I hope we get into detail what got him. Why does he love this girl so much? I hope we get to that. But fun record so far.
Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Oh.
All right. The Kinks, you really got me. Yeah, you could tell that was really for the kids of the '60s. Again, really fun record. And very simple. Yeah, I know I've said it multiple times on this channel. I haven't said it in a while, but if you want a hit record, you gotta basically everybody matters except men, grown, adult, middle age, old men don't matter. As long as your record can appeal to kids, women, and that's really it. If your record can like really be played continuously by kids and women, you got a hit record. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was a hit record. It really sounds like something that the kids loved in the '60s. It has that kind of Beatles, yeah, more so the Beatles than anything else. It gave me that vibe. But let's see here. I really like that record though. Because the thing with those type of records is if it's gonna be very simple, which by the way, that guitar solo was amazing. That's definitely the standout for me. Yeah, that was incredible. I really enjoyed that solo. Really short, but the whole song was short. But it was fire. But yeah, let's see here. Song was written by Ray Davies for the Kinks. Originally performed in a more blues-oriented style, was inspired by artists such as Lead Belly and Big Bill Broonzy. 2 song versions were recorded, with the second performance used for the final single. Although it was rumored that future Led Zeppelin guitarist Jimmy Page had performed the song's guitar solo, the myth has since been proven false. See, because this is the thing, right? I've been hearing so much about Led Zeppelin and, what Jimmy Page and Robert Plant took and stole and all this other stuff. Like, don't just start throwing stuff on them. Like, see, that's what I don't like. I don't like that you could just throw allegations on somebody, and because they already may have some preconceived, situations that is like, oh, well, they stole my stuff too. And yeah, they stole my stuff too. Like, don't do that. I don't like that. I'm going to believe Jimmy didn't steal anything. And it says it's been proven that that was false. Classified as garage rock. It definitely kind of gave me that feel. Garage rock, hard rock, rock and roll, and proto-punk. I've never heard of proto-punk. Proto-punk is a rock music played mostly by garage bands from the 1960s to mid-1970s. Gotcha. Okay. Pie Records and Reprise Records. I don't think I ever heard of Pie, but okay. You Really Got Me was built around power chords and heavily influenced later rock musicians, particularly the genres of heavy metal and punk rock. Was released in the UK on August 4th, 1964, as the group's third single and reached #1 on the record retailer chart. Oh. What did it do on the main charts? It was #7 in the US and #1 in the UK. #2 in Australia, #4 in Canada, 8 in Sweden, 6 in Ireland. Okay. It was platinum in the UK. Van Halen has a version. I wouldn't mind hearing that. It's been a while since I reacted to Van Halen. Nobody really, like, out of all the bands and reactions, I go based off of like popular demand and what, people from Patreon asked for. And y'all really wasn't tripping over Van Halen. genuinely enjoy Van Halen. I thought we would have heard some more from them. Okay, I'm sorry. Where we go? Ray wrote the song sometime between March 9th and March 12th of 1964. Created on the piano in the front room of his home, the song was stylistically very different from the finished product, being much lighter and somewhat jazz-oriented. Are they talking about the first version or the version we just heard? I didn't hear much jazz in that. Maybe they're saying that the what it originally was had a little bit more jazz to it. Yeah, I think that's what they mean. Ray said of the song's writing, when I came up with it, I hadn't really been writing songs very long at all. It was one of the first I've ever come up with. You could tell. And that's fine. Look, again, people talk about today's music like it's that drastic of a difference. Honestly, in order to have a hit record, it's like, I won't say very few, but like to get a big record, man, if you could just find a way to connect with the kids or the women, you got it. And some people genuinely try to be like artistic and really thoughtful and create something like Sound of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel, right? And sometimes you just say, you know what, let's just have a fun beat, some catchy lyrics, and let's go from there. Now, I'm not saying that's what Ray did, because and he just said, like, this is one of the first songs he wrote. I think it's really impressive. Like, the fact that one of your first songs is a top 10 hit pretty much all over the world, that's very impressive. But you could just tell it wasn't created from like a deep thinking. Like, it took a long time and they were in a dark room really thinking of, like, you could tell it wasn't that, which it doesn't need to be. I really like this song. The solo has been the subject of a persistent myth that it was not played by the Kinks lead guitarist Dave Davies, but by then session player Jimmy. Oh, that's okay. So they're saying they think Jimmy Page in one of the sessions is the one who really did that solo, and that's why he's continued to play it throughout his career. And everybody is like, hey, you stole that solo from Dave Davies. Well, let me finish reading, because maybe I'm... Among those claiming Page played lead guitarist was John Lord of Deep Purple, who also claimed to play the piano on the track. Page has always denied playing the song's guitar solo, going on so far as to state in a 1970s interview cited in Sound on Sound magazine, "I didn't play on You Really Got Me, and that's what pisses him, Ray Davies, off." Why start a rumor like that? Like, why are you trying to take Dave's credit away? Like, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised by that. That's the music industry. People are always trying to get credit for things that they didn't do. But, like, if Jimmy is saying, hey, it didn't happen, and Dave stands by that he did it, that should be end of story. But the fact that the rumor is kind of, like, that's just crazy. Now, it'd be one thing if somebody kind of played with the idea. Like, Jimmy was like, I work with the Kinks, but if it was something like that, then I would understand. Now, John Lord. So, I recently heard or read somewhere that John Lord does not like Led Zeppelin. I think I read that John Lord doesn't like anybody. Um, I mean, I can't be surprised by that. Look, some of the most egotistical, bratty, and self-absorbed people are artists, and I feel like you have to be in order to create at a high level. I think you have to think highly of yourself. Of course, you could be one of these. You could be a depressed artist like Chris Cornell and Janis Joplin, and but I feel like people who are really great, you notice they all are like insane. They're crazy people. The Michael Jordans of the world, the just Tiger, anybody that's great at what they do, they all kind of have a little crazy in them. So I wouldn't be surprised if John Lord felt that way, but that's an interesting story. Regardless of who did the solo, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing. I'm going to give the credit to Dave Davies. I think it was incredible. Fun record. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I really want to hear some more, man. Every time I react to them, the history that I get, the songs are insane. But then when I start doing my history lessons, it's just fun, the things that I learn from doing their reactions. So 2 for 2, let's go 3 for 3. Y'all let me know what else from the Kinks I need to check out, and I definitely will ASAP. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time with the Kinks. Peace.